Hello, Colts Nation. What's up, No Horsing family? Welcome back to another episode of the No Horsing Around podcast. As always, I am one of two dudes talking Colts, one of your hosts, Stephen Burton. And today, we've kind of gotten through Combine Week, which we're going to get to the rookies. Me and Zach have talked. We got a really cool thing we're going to do with some of the different positions of need for the Colts. But also the Combine is the official start of kind of the rumors and the circulation and hearing who people are speculating going where. We've also done videos on Jameis Winston, Jimmy G, Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz. And there's a big name coming out of the Combine. And we've had a lot of national writers point him to the Colts. So I wanted to cover him today, see what you guys think. Before we get to that, you guys, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all those great things. Make sure you're dinging the bell, comment. We love the comments. I love to see them. I love to go back with you guys when we can. I love all of that. It's a great time for us. As far as subscribing, if you're subscribed, thank you so much for joining the family. We have blasted past 1K. We have blasted past 1.1K. We are almost already at 1.2K. And more than likely, because of the great people who are all who make up the No Hosting Around family, we have the potential to, who knows, we could be at 2K by the time training camp hits, by the time the new season starts. It's insane. And thank you guys for that. So let's kind of just dive right in, you guys. The name that everyone keeps talking about is Mitchell Trubisky. Okay. Ooh, that gets a couple of people probably a little riled up. It's a name that I think Phil Yates linked to the Colts. Colin Cowherd has now linked to the Colts a little bit. He is the hot name that everyone's talking about. Obviously, former very high round pick. Former, I believe, number 2 overall pick? I believe. Yeah, number 2 overall pick of the Chicago Bears. And a lot of people, so he obviously he didn't get the second contract with Chicago. Started, kind of went through, had a pretty decent career. I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of shocking. He's 29 and 21 as a starter. I mean, he had an 11-3 season, an 8-7 season, and then when he played in 2020, he was 6-3 and got replaced. So, I mean, there's this weird colored glasses when it comes to him, and people are kind of starting to remove those a touch because of the coaching situation that was the Chicago Bears. Matt Nagy seemed very toxic. He was toxic kind of towards him potentially. He was toxic kind of with Andy Dalton. He was very toxic when it came to what they were doing with Justin Fields, who a lot of people looked at. So, and then also you have him going to back up Josh Allen for a year and having massively high praise from Brian Daboll and Sean McDermott and Josh Allen himself on how he conducted himself while he was in Buffalo. And a lot of people are saying maybe he's matured. He seems to have a lot of the ability. So how does this match up when you talk about that? How does it match up with what the Colts could potentially be looking at? Ian Rappaport brought him up on Pat McAfee. Would that be something the Colts fans would like? Because he also, I believe it was Ian Rappaport also said, could be around like a $10 million contract. Very doable. But why are we talking about him, you guys? I mean, you're looking kind of at some of these stats, and his best year was 2018. Obviously, he was 11-3 as a starter, 66.6 completion percentage, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks. And this is the one that a lot of people have pointed to with Carson. Carson had 6.9 yards per attempt. And that year he had 7.3. Even kind of the year that he got replaced, he was at 6.9. I mean, and then you look too, one of the things I talked about when it came to Marcus Mariota was the wheels, the ability to run. And I mean, he does have that ability as well. He does have the ability to kind of run the ball. I mean, you're talking overall, he has over 1,000 career rushing yards. And that 2018 season, 421 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he's a talented quarterback. The question is, what can you get out of him? What can Frank Reich, who a lot of people, quote unquote, are going to call the quarterback whisperer, what could he do with him? Could you get him on a cheap deal and bring him in? I think he really fits the narrative in regards to what a lot of people are saying, which is you're shipping Carson off, let's say, okay, for argument's sake, you're shipping him away because I don't think how I agree with Zach. I don't see how you cut him and get nothing. You're going to try to trade him for something. So let's say he goes away, you bring in a Mitchell Trubisky, 1 or 2 year deal, let's say, and then you draft a quarterback and you let him duke it out and see what happens. You know what I mean? You're not pot committed to whoever you bring in. and you still draft that guy who you could potentially like. It's not a quarterback heavy draft, but there are definitely quarterbacks that myself and Zach both are interested in that we're going to get into. But it could be a decent move. He does have kind of that ability that they look for. He's got a very lively arm. He's very athletic. He could fit kind of what Frank Wright would want to do. Could he run that RPO? You're going to have Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. You're going to have Michael Pittman. Could you get another receiver? And I had someone talk to me today about this in regards to, would it be something that they would want to do? And could they attract free agents? And one of the big free agents everybody talks about, obviously, is Allen Robinson. And it's got, somebody came at me and said, well, ask Allen Robinson what he thinks of him. Well, Allen Robinson in 2019 had his third best year as a pro, like 1,100 yards, I think like 7 touchdowns. And that was with Trubisky. The following year in 2020, when he got replaced, Allen Robinson had probably one of his best years as a pro. So, I mean, he can put the ball there. I would, of all the ones we've talked about, kind of Jameis, Jimmy G, Marcus Mariota, Mitchell Trubisky kind of piques my interest a little bit. I know I'm going to get lambasted for it, but I could see it. I could see a move like that and pair it with a rookie quarterback. I wouldn't have a problem. And I might be different with, depending on how you feel. Maybe you take him. Maybe he does ball out this year and he's your dude. I mean, I'm all about just finding the guy that you're going to need to make the move, to go forward, to produce at a high level for the Colts. And maybe it is him. Who knows? Like I said, I mean, it's kind of surprising when you really start delving in, how much was the situation that he was in? How much was the coaching, right? He did go to the playoffs. In 2018, he took them to the playoffs. He has an overall winning record. He has this past year, 75 completion percentage. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. You look at his overall passer rating and his overall QBR, and it's a very interesting thing. I mean, QBR, in his best year was around 71, so not that great. But could he have the skills to do something, to not take a tremendous step back? I think he could. I don't think it would be a bad move by the Colts. I think it could be. It's not even a boom or bust, especially if you double down. And really quickly, I mean, I'm before I say anything, I'm on board if this is where they want to go, the direction they do want to go. And 2 quick things here at the end. I know I have been very much Team Carson. I have done videos about keeping him. I have done the disclaimers. The reason we do these videos like this is we're giving multiple perspectives. It's not always the one that we think, but we want to give you guys multiple things to kind of delve into and see what you think, okay? The other part, too, is I don't know if he's coming back anymore, you guys. I think that the hay is in the barn a little bit. I don't know if too much has come out for them to bring him back. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. And then I've had a lot of people ask about Sam Ehlinger and doing a video on him. Everything that we've had, and we don't have inside sources, but we have some people that we talk to. That's not even really an option. They don't view his arm as an NFL arm. They love everything else about him, but he's just not really an option for them at this point. So that's why we're not really covering him. So Mitchell Trubisky, not really a bad free agent option. Free agency wise, I might move him. He's a little higher on my list. I don't know where I have Jameis when it comes like with Zach. I mean, he's up there. I think the 3 free agents that I look at the most are probably Jameis, Mitchell Trubisky, and Marcus Mariota, kind of, and see where that goes. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think it's a horrible, horrible idea? Do you think that he would be a massive dud, huge step back? Which if he's a huge step back, you're going to get your quarterback in 2023 probably. But I want to hear from you guys. Tell me if you think I'm crazy, okay? Just let me know what you guys think. And as always, you guys, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things. We're going to have a really fun live show because you guys have blasted us just through the stratosphere. We love you guys. We love everything about being able to interact with Colts Nation and learn more people in Colts Nation. We love people from other fan bases too. We learned that during the year. So just please like, share, subscribe, comment. And I end these things the same way I always do. I love you. I know Zach loves you. I'm